The Egyptian pharaonic system was highly centralized, with the pharaoh considered both a divine figure and an absolute ruler. This centralization meant that stability was heavily reliant on the strength and continuity of the monarchy. However, succession disputes often led to power struggles and civil wars, weakening the state. For example, the end of the Old Kingdom saw a series of weak rulers and succession crises that led to the First Intermediate Period, a time marked by political fragmentation and decline. Local rulers, known as nomarchs, gained significant power, often at the expense of the pharaoh. The vast construction projects, such as pyramids and temples, required enormous resources. Over time, the intensive agricultural practices and resource extraction led to soil depletion and a decline in agricultural productivity. This had a cascading effect on the economy, reducing the state's wealth and its ability to support large bureaucracies and armies. Trade was vital to the Egyptian economy, providing access to luxury goods, raw materials, and foodstuffs not available locally. Periods of instability and foreign invasions disrupted trade routes, leading to economic decline. For instance, during the late period, Egypt's economic power waned as control over trade diminished. The rigid social hierarchy of ancient Egypt often led to tensions between the elite and the lower classes. During times of economic hardship, these tensions could erupt into social unrest. For example, during the First Intermediate Period, evidence suggests significant social upheaval, including looting of tombs and attacks on the wealthy. As the economic and political situation deteriorated, the divine status of the pharaoh diminished. This erosion of royal authority undermined the societal structure and the pharaoh's ability to command loyalty and resources. The weakening of the pharaoh's divine status was particularly evident during the later periods of Egyptian history. Environmental changes, such as shifts in the Nile's flooding patterns, played a crucial role in the Egyptian decline. The Nile's annual inundation was essential for agriculture, and changes in its flow could lead to famine. Evidence suggests that droughts and low floods contributed to periods of famine and social unrest, notably during the end of the Old Kingdom and the Second Intermediate Period. Epidemics and plagues also impacted the population and workforce, further straining the economy and destabilizing society. These health crises would have compounded other issues, leading to demographic decline and weakening the state's power. During the Second Intermediate Period, the Hyksos, a foreign Semitic people, invaded and established control over parts of Egypt. They introduced new technologies, such as the horse-drawn chariot, which later Egyptian pharaohs adopted. However, their initial conquest revealed Egypt's vulnerability to external threats. In the Late Bronze Age, Egypt faced invasions from the so-called Sea Peoples, a confederation of naval raiders who attacked Mediterranean civilizations. These invasions contributed to the instability and decline of the New Kingdom. The final blow to the pharaonic system came with the Roman conquest in 30 BCE, following the defeat of Cleopatra VII and Mark Antony by Octavian. Religious changes and reforms sometimes contributed to instability. For example, during the reign of Akhenaten, a radical shift towards monotheism disrupted traditional religious practices and priesthoods, leading to social and political unrest. After his death, the traditional religious order was restored, but the episode highlighted the delicate balance between state and religion. Over time, continuous invasions and foreign rule led to a gradual erosion of traditional Egyptian culture and identity. While the Ptolemaic dynasty initially embraced and patronized Egyptian traditions, their Greek heritage and eventual Roman domination further diluted the unique cultural aspects that had defined ancient Egypt for millennia. The downfall of the Egyptian pharaohs was not the result of a single event, but rather a combination of interrelated factors. Political instability, economic challenges, social upheaval, environmental changes, external pressures, and cultural shifts all played a role in the decline of one of history's most remarkable civilizations. Understanding these elements provides deeper insights into the complexities of ancient societies and the delicate balance required to maintain stability and prosperity. The story of the Egyptian pharaohs serves as a reminder of the vulnerabilities inherent in even the most powerful of empires and the importance of adaptability and resilience in the face of change.